Okay, I'll get it. Back at my local fish store, there's a few things I want to pick up. I'm going to grab all of these tanks here. I want to build some filters out of them. These are only 40-gallon breeders, classic dimensions, 3 feet by a foot and a half by 16 inches, 36 by 18 by 16. Now typically, if I had offcuts of materials, I would build something like this, but it's cheaper to buy than to actually build. When it comes to these smaller ones, of course. Also, Gary's in the house, helped me carry some tanks as usual.
What's going on?
All right, so there's a number of Oscars, but the number one request was to get this guy. At first I didn't want him, but he's highly interactive, and I guess I kind of like his tail fin there, even though there's a bit of damage, and it's into the meat, so it's not gonna heal itself. However, it's kind of a hook, so I think I'm gonna name him Captain Hook. Now, I think the tail fin was probably a past injury. And you guys have seen me repair torn tail fins before, or ones that were damaged or healed improperly. Essentially, we just medicate the fish, knock them out, and of course cut off the tail fin, and it grows back perfectly. But this is like into the flesh, the fleshy part of them. If it was just like the spines of the fin, those will grow back, but that's not. That's going to be permanently like that. It almost looks like a claw hand, doesn't it? Anyways, Captain Hook. Now, of course, I do like the more classic tiger Oscar. This guy's a bit washed out here. Being on the floor, he's probably a little bit depressed. Oscars are arguably one of the best, or one of the fish in the freshwater hobby with most personality. Known like little water puppies. And then, of course, the other one is equally beautiful. And you can see he's colored up a little bit more. And these classic tigers is something I like. They replicate more of a the wild type more closely, but I just think that this guy, I like his personality. I like his imperfection. I really do. Oh, it'll fall on my finger. And he's very friendly looking. Yeah, and with these 40 breeders, we'll go ahead and build sumps out of them. I'm gonna keep it really simple. We'll need the tank, and we'll need like one more thing and call it done. Upcoming video. Now, with an Oscar tank, I would probably typically do a bare bottom tank, just because an Oscar's gonna rearrange the tank however he wants. But in order to keep his dark coloration and so that he doesn't wash out, I won't do a bare bottom. Technically, I should paint the bottom, but it's already hooked up. Can't paint it. So I'm gonna go with a black fine substrate, and this looks like it's just a fine grain sand. 20 pounds to each bag. What do you think? 2 bags, 3 bags, something like that? Then I'm thinking decorations, and since he's Captain Hook, what do you think? Should I get that? Black substrate plus this? Or do you think it would be like too fake looking, I guess? What else do we have here? I don't know, kind of like this too. A little shipwreck. I don't know, I kind of like this. Gary, what do you think?
Oh, I like that.
Captain Hook. What's the dimensions of that, do you think? Looks like it's maybe 14 inches by... Yeah. I'm gonna get it. I like it. Plus, I've never had a tank like this before. I always kind of set them up natural. I think this would be funny. What do you guys think? Aw, I feel like I'm adopting him. You wanna come home? He's about, I don't know, what would you guys say that is, like 10 inches? 8 inches? 10 inches? Something like that. What do you think, Gary?
9.
9 inches? He's still got a little bit of size to put on. Old Captain Hook. Sorry for naming him without you guys. I think if you think it's a good name, let him know. Let me know. If you would have did something alternate in terms of name. Oh, sweet. The measuring tape. Thank you. No, he might be closer to 10 inches. If he'll come over, he doesn't like the measuring tape. I've never met a fish that likes a measuring tape. If you're a fish owner and you have big fish, you try to measure them, you always gotta wait till they pass by it. Yeah, he's 9 or 10 inches. Oh, now I can measure that other thing. I also know that you guys are supposed to pick the scaping supplies, and I'm sorry, but I really want to have the ship because he's Captain Hook. The ship is 15 inches long, 17 inches tall, and only a few inches wide. Now, when it comes to these big fish, a lot of times you want to go bare bottom and no decorations. The decorations are just going to hurt themselves on, or injure it, and with Oscars, they're gonna move it around no matter what. But that has soft edges and he's gonna be just fine. Did I make the right decision? We should get him home and set it up. Get the 40 breeders in here, hopefully they all fit. Ooh, they fit. Thanks for being my tank mover all the time, Gary.
No problem.
How come nobody told you about him? Is he a special order? Is he somebody's? I want him. I don't want him, I need him. So that's nobody's? Come back! I can have him? I can buy him? Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
why not? Last one in town.
Oh, PS to the locals. These guys are currently switching out and upgrading some tanks. They're switching, what, the 20s to 40s, sort of?
Yeah,
A few of them?
220s will become 140.
So a bunch of the 20s are going to become 140. But they have all these 20s. Is there going to be any more?
There's 17 right now. This should be it.
There's 17 20-gallon tanks, $1 a gallon. The more you buy, the cheaper it will get. I don't plan on buying them, but if you're local and you're seeing this video, come get them. I don't know if they're going to be here still, but just a heads up. All right, 3 bags of the black sand and Captain Hook's ship. I'm really excited about this tank. Yeah, I can get him. I think I'm just going to grab him. Look how big he is. I don't. Oh, he doesn't like me. No, I'm gonna need that. Hey, little guy. You are my sunshine. Run. Wow. Oh man. Could have been worse. That's a 10-inch bucket, so he's gotta be 10 inches. We've got the boat, Captain Hook's ship. We got the substrate. We've got Captain Hook in that one, or maybe that one. And then that giant Sunshine Pleco. Funny story about that is Jeff, the owner of the store, already offered to sell it to me a while ago. I was like, nah, I don't really want it, but it's tough for me to say no once I actually see these things in person. I think I'm gonna put this in the front, Gary. Side story, Gary said, should I put this in the front? I said, no, I'm gonna film it. And now I wanna act like it's my idea. I know the Oscar idea isn't going to be popular with everybody. I also knew pretty much the moment after I announced, like, I'm gonna let you guys pick this, the aquarium and it's what's going in it and whatnot, I knew I was in for some trouble right from the jump. Why? Well, I knew that right away I wasn't going to make everybody happy. There's no possible way to make sure that everybody gets what they want. This could be exactly what somebody didn't want or exactly what others wanted. I think what bottom line is we got what was available and what was a really popular request. As for decorating it, this black sand, which I had to rinse prior to, oh wow, I like it, show you in a minute. The black sand and like the fake decorations are childish to an extent, sort of, but it is kind of a cool theme. You know, Captain Hook, and he gets a ship. Also, I know a lot of younger, much younger aquarium hobbyists out there watch this channel. So why not a themed aquarium? They're popular and it's okay to do it. And I'm more than comfortable with myself and my abilities to have a themed aquarium with a little ceramic ship that we'll be putting in here and just enjoying the tank. I should probably also mention that people are gonna say, well, that's an aquarium gallery, it should showcase nature. No, that's not what the point of the gallery ever was. To inspire, educate, and show what's really possible in the hobby. And just have fun with it, really. But for me to ignore having novelty items in the aquariums and decorations doesn't make sense. And I should have done this way sooner. Shit. Captain Hook. I love it. I don't care. Like it or hate this tank, I think it's pretty funny. I'm going to enjoy it. I think many others will as well. I think we'll just put it off to the side here, sort of. Yeah, something like that. That should be good. Captain Hook. Okay, now I gotta acclimate these fish to the temperature of this aquarium. Since they're in a bucket, now I haven't opened the bucket since we got them home, so let's have a peek. I actually didn't use all the sand either, but I don't think we need to. Who's in here? All right, the Sunshine Pleco's in here. Oh, he's a beauty. Nice and big. I'd estimate him at around 7 to 8 inches. He is going in with the Oscar for now. Oh, that's stressing him out, poor guy. He is going in with the Oscar for now. They're both new fish. They'll both acclimate as well as quarantine together. The system is now separated from that one. And every few minutes here, I'm just going to take a little bit of tank water, pour it in every 5 minutes or so, and within 20 minutes, this water should match the temperature of that water. I'll have to monitor them closely, make sure the Oscar isn't picking on the Pleco, but the benefit is they both have carnivorous tendencies and will probably eat the same food, so I think they will do quite well together. Aw, he's sad.
What's wrong, Captain Hook?
Oh, I'm sorry for not letting you guys pick his name, but I think you'll agree Captain Hook's a pretty cool name for him. Hope you like it. Now, I know that there's been some comments as well, like starting off with a full-grown Oscar is cheating. If you're gonna get one, get a tiny one and let it grow out. But that's like, instead of going to, you know, your local SPCA or, you know, an animal shelter and adopting an abandoned dog, you go and buy a brand new one. If that's what you want to do, I mean, feel free to. However, this guy, I mean, who knows where he could have ended up. I know I can give him a happy home here, and I think that adopting him is probably a better way than going about and creating even more demand for small Oscars. So if you want to get an Oscar, my suggestion is try to adopt the ones that are being dropped off first, and then look for ones that are, you know, smaller and whatnot. At the end of the day though, these guys do need a big tank. They can get along with some fish, but not all. It's touch and go. Oscar personalities vary greatly. Okay, I'll acclimate them, add them to the tank. Well, I guess the tank is ready for its captain. If you look, Captain Hook's not a really great character, so it does have the skull and bones. I just noticed this now, so this is perfect. I like it, guys. I don't care if anybody thinks I'm a noob or whatever. I think it looks pretty awesome. Lots of room to get around it. I also give them lots of open swimming space, and with Oscars, you tend to want to give that. There's lots of crevices, especially up under this branch here, for the Pleco to hide, and he can get under the boat, and so forth. We'll see how they get along long term, but for now, I'll just keep a good eye on them. Anyways, they are ready to be added to the aquarium. Let's do it. I guess we'll add the Pleco first. This guy is ridiculously feisty. I don't know if you guys noticed yet, but he goes crazy. Can't blame him. I wouldn't want to be putting a net either. I should be using a bigger net, but they're so difficult to get into these buckets that... And I should pick him up. Man, he doesn't like this at all. I should be handling him by hand. Oh, wow. Look, oh, is he ever contrasting on the substrate? Look! Oh, wow, isn't he beautiful? Absolutely stunning. Just contrasts wonderful. Black substrate was a fantastic idea. Joey, you're a genius. Nobody tells you today. Okay, Captain Hook, get in your boat. You ready, Cap? Shout out to Rachel O'Leary with Captain Cranky Pants. I just realized now as I'm saying Captain Hook all the time that she's got an Oscar as well named Captain Cranky Pants. Not really biting off her, but let's give her a nod. Come on, bro. Stop being so sad. So Oscars will often play dead. He's not dead. He's just depressed and sad. Aw, he doesn't want to be lifted up. He's sad. He doesn't even want out of the net. This net's way too small for him. There you go, my man. Go lay on the ground like a normal Oscar and pout for 3 days. Aw, he loves it. Look at him in there. He looks fantastic in there. Now, he does have a green coloration along his back. He will darken up a little bit, but it will be more of a dark green to brown. He won't turn black or anything. He's not going to change colors overnight. Give yourself a yawn. Get in there. You like it? Captain. Aw. See, the Pleco's already hiding behind the boat. You gotta give Plecos a space. to hide. Most plecos are nocturnal. So he's got a place to get away from the Oscar type of deal. He'll be fine. Story time. I will admit that I'm a little biased towards Oscars, and I knew I was going to get back into them eventually. Let me tell you a quick little story. At one point in my hobby, I exclusively kept Oscars for a period of about 2 years. Been in the hobby for about 16 years now, approximately, maybe closer to 17 years now, since I was 19 years old. I'm 35 now. And for about a 2-year period, maybe even longer, I was keeping Oscars only. I had several tanks with just an Oscar in each tank. I was absolutely fascinated and loved them. I had like an albino Oscar, I had a red Oscar, and I had a tiger Oscar. Basically the 3 popular variants. I've never been a fan of the long fin Oscars. I think it kind of takes away from these types of fish. These Oscars, if you see them, they are a pouty fish. A lot of new Oscar owners will see them. You see him there? He's probably gonna lay down somewhere for a few hours until he relaxes in the tank, but that's totally normal behavior. Or if you do a water change, make some changes to the tank, they'll lay on their sides and pout. Full of personality, they're a water puppy. Anyways, I kept Oscars exclusively for a couple of years in my hobby. I'm thinking it could have even been 2 to 3 years. So it's nice to kind of have another one because I haven't had them for a while. But I don't know. I think if you are going to get an Oscar, you need to know a few things. One, chances are it'll be a pet fish. You'll keep it alone because maybe it won't get along with a ton of other fish that you want to keep it in. 2, you need a pretty big aquarium. Full disclosure on that, I used to keep them in 75-gallon tanks. I think that is the perfect tank size. It's ideal for them, being 4 feet long, 18 inches wide, and 21 inches tall. It's great. This is 120. This is bigger than I typically would. There's not another fish over there. That's a reflection. So yeah, you're gonna definitely need a pretty big aquarium. And these guys live for a relatively long time, pushing like, you know, the average would be 12 to 15 years, but can live above and beyond that. So this is like owning a small little dog or something. So it's a massive commitment, both tank size and financially. You have to take care of it for a very long time. And I guess in closing on this video, I definitely want to say, if you can rescue an Oscar, because by far they're probably one of the most returned fish to a pet store, go ahead and rescue it. Make sure that you can actually provide for it properly. Don't get it and toss it in a small tank thinking you'll get a bigger size. Maybe you won't, maybe you will. If you watch this channel, I'll make sure you do. And a lot of the times you can get them for free as a rescue, but you might have to pay like a small adoption fee, is what I would refer to it as. And they might go as high as like $40 or something along them lines. But yeah, what do you think? Captain Hook, let me know in the comment section below. Did we make the right choice? Was this a cool addition to the gallery? Should we done this long ago? I like it. I don't know. Let me know.